But now, the Gulf states will ally with Israel. We knew that, didn't we? You see, it says Sheba and Dedan, the Sunni Arabs, not the Iranian Shiites, the Sunni Arabs and the merchants of Tarshish are come to take a spoil. They're united. Daniel 11, these shall escape out of his hand, even Edom, Moab, and the chief of Ammon. Yes, they're affiliated with Britain and with Israel. So we've got that Abraham Accord. We found that very hard to believe, how accurately Scripture came to pass. Trump came in, and almost to fulfill the Scripture may have been there, to put that capital, allow Jerusalem to become the capital, and to have these countries ally themselves with Israel. Amazing. And here we can see that, brethren and sisters. They're afraid of Iran's nuclear capacity. And they're saying to themselves, who can help us in the Middle East? Only Israel. So let's tie up with them. Let's unite with Israel. That's the only way we can do it. Fulfilling exactly what we expected. Isn't it staggering, brethren and sisters? And even Yemen, which hasn't yet tidied up, there it is at the end of the Red Sea. Sheba, Queen of Sheba, came from that region, didn't it? Well, what happened was late last year, the Saudis got the leadership of the more moderates to go to their capital, Riyadh, and spoke to them and said, you've got to be all united and go back and clean up these Houthi rebels who are backed by the Iranians. And we will give you weapons to do it. You go back and do it. And there seems to be a growing success. It's hard to say at this stage, but indeed that seems to be the case. We do not want conflicts after today. No more blood, that's what they're saying. That's what the Saudis say. Your enemy is not yourselves, be united. Clean up these Houthi rebels backed by Iran. And of course we can see that if that were so, Yemen could easily join that group that affiliates itself with Israel. Exactly as we expect. But you see, it's already happening in many ways. You know, if you were an Arab country like Saudi Arabia pumps its oil, not using that pipeline, but a pipeline across there, into the Red Sea, then puts it on ships and sends it up to the edge of the Suez Canal. And then because those ships have got too much depth, they're too big, these oil tankers, they pump the oil parallel to the Suez Canal, up to the edge of the Suez Canal here in the Mediterranean, and then send it into Europe. That's how it's got there. But they're worried. Russia's involved itself in the area of Egypt. We'll talk about that in a second. And so what are they doing? Here's how they bring the oil now. Saudi Arabia, many of its ships, United Arab Emirates, it looks like all its ships, are going to Eilat, the Israeli port, unloading their oil there on a pipeline that goes right through to Ashkelon, and then they pump it through to Europe. That will be very provocative to Russia.